So, are we being invaded by aliens? Are they coming here to help us? Or maybe to harvest us for food? Honestly, I don't think so. Today we're talking about asteroid 3I Atlas, and while some people online are calling it an alien spaceship in disguise, the truth is a lot more interesting, and a lot more natural. What's happening here is that scientists just didn't expect what this space rock is made of. And when things surprise scientists, it doesn't mean aliens. It usually just means we still have a lot to learn. 3I Atlas is what's called an interstellar object. That means it didn't form inside our solar system. It came flying in from somewhere way out there, beyond the planets we know. This is only the third or fourth time we've ever seen something like this. You might remember the first famous one, called Oumuamua, back in 2017. That one didn't have a dust cloud like a comet, so it looked more like a flat, shiny rock just cruising through space. Then came another one, Borisov, which did behave like a comet. And now we've got 3I Atlas, and it's doing things scientists didn't predict. So what's so strange about this one? Normally, comets from our solar system are made of things like carbon, water ice, a little bit of ammonia, and even some carbon monoxide. That's what gives them those beautiful tails you see in space pictures. The ice melts and makes a glowing stream behind them. But 3I Atlas doesn't really fit that picture. Its dust cloud is way bigger than expected, and instead of being mostly water, it's mostly carbon dioxide. That's the opposite of what we usually see here. On top of that, the solid core seems to be made mostly of nickel, and almost no iron. That's unusual, because usually nickel and iron show up together. Now when people saw how reflective it was, some started claiming they were seeing lights, like it was glowing or signaling. But that's not really proof of aliens. It's just what happens when shiny metals like nickel reflect sunlight. Think about it, if you throw a shiny coin into the sun, it's going to sparkle too. Doesn't mean it's alive or trying to talk to you. Another weird thing about 3I Atlas is how its dust cloud behaves. Normally, the solar wind from our sun would blow the cloud backwards and form a nice long tail behind it. But for a while, Atlas's dust cloud seemed to stay in front of it, which was unusual. Some scientists, like Harvard's Avi Loeb, wondered if that meant it was being controlled, like maybe it was a spacecraft using some kind of technology. But again, there are simpler explanations. This comet just isn't made of the same stuff as the ones we see here, so maybe it reacts to the sun differently. And here's the thing. We don't have a lot of data. We've only seen a handful of these interstellar visitors, and each one has been unique. The universe is huge, and objects out there are formed under different conditions than the ones near us. So instead of shouting aliens, it's more likely that Atlas is just another example of how diverse the universe really is. When we look at its path, it gets even more interesting. Atlas is swooping into our solar system, passing near the orbits of Mars and Venus, before swinging around the sun and heading back out again. Some people say the trajectory looks too perfect, like maybe it was aimed. But if this were really a spaceship meant to study Earth, wouldn't it come closer to our planet instead of just cruising by? From what we know, it's not going to come anywhere near colliding with us. It's just a visitor passing through. There are also some wild theories floating around, like maybe Atlas is biological, some kind of space creature that eats and leaves behind nickel as waste. That sounds cool, almost like something out of a sci-fi movie. But again, there's no proof for that. Scientists prefer to go with the evidence we have, which shows unusual chemistry, but still something natural. Here's what I think is the coolest part. Objects like Atlas have probably been flying through space for billions of years, way before Earth even formed. Imagine that this rock might have started its journey before our planet was even born, and now we get to study it. That's not scary. That's incredible. So no, I don't think Atlas is an alien ship. I think it's a rare gift from the universe, giving us a peek into what kinds of materials and chemistry exist far beyond our solar system. The fact that it doesn't match what we know just means we still have so much to learn. And honestly, isn't that way more exciting than just shouting aliens every time something weird happens? Anyway, that's the story of asteroid 3I Atlas, a mysterious, shiny visitor from another star, surprising scientists but teaching us more about the universe.